Ireland 5, England 49. It was scoreless for the first 24 minutes.
Yep.
Then Ireland scored first. Second time in 2 games, oppositions have scored first. Are we starting slow, or are people knowing what we're going to do, or are they really up for us in the first
I think, I can't remember who said it. Everyone's going to be up for playing England. Yeah. Everyone wants to be the team that beat England because we're currently unbeaten for quite a long streak.
Sorry, not to interrupt, but I am going to interrupt my lip funnels.
But everyone's going to be up to play against us. It doesn't matter who you are. So I don't think it's necessarily a slow start. I just think it's all guns blazing. I think that there was some execution pieces. We might have gone to the edge probably a little bit too soon without going direct and sucking players in. But, we did problem solve very well at half time. But that was kind of my thought going into it at the start. The Ireland fans were fantastic, really loud. Every time I was trying to catch a high ball, they were all like, "Whoa." So I just think, playing Ireland in Ireland playing against an Ireland team who the past 2 years have developed more than anyone could have probably imagined. I never thought it was going to be an easy game, and scoreless for 24 minutes is probably a true reflection of that. But it's a really good learning for us because obviously we haven't played Ireland when they've been on this up now, and they were just putting us under a lot of pressure, and we just needed to problem solve a little bit.
Yeah, we spoke last week on the pod about how they've obviously beaten New Zealand in WXV, and they're on this high, and Scott has done a really good job with them, and I think we felt that in the first half, definitely. And I wouldn't say we weren't surprised. We knew it was coming, but I think we weren't at our best in the first half, and I think that's not discrediting Ireland at all. They definitely brought it to us, and they had a lot of creativity which we had to deal with.
Yeah,
but I think we
created pressure on ourselves as well, on top of them putting pressure on, because we can deal with pressure.
Yeah.
But I think we're probably sometimes our own worst enemy by not relieving that pressure. And that's something that we speak about a lot in camp is, keeping the pressure on the other team. And we just didn't manage to get that in the first half. But I think that's when, you do get together as a team. We do have those conversations at half time, and that's then when you can fix and go again. And that's the beauty of playing a sport that's 80 minutes long.
Yeah,
it can be, and the beauty of rugby is that it can go whichever way, and why it's exciting to watch as well.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, I do think that the Ireland try was pretty good.
It was good. It was really good.
It is the first time that Ireland have scored against England since 2018.
It was in first try.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fantastic try.
And it was it was scored by Amy Lee Croskin. Sorry if I have pronounced your name wrong.
Emily.
Yeah, Emily. She's a fantastic player, obviously.
But you got to credit the kick as well. The kick. So we, obviously, watching Ireland, their 10, Dana, she's a very good footballer, as well as rugby player, but very good footballer. The kicks that she puts in are very clever. And that was a prime example of that. She put a little roller in, knowing that it was going to bounce on, saw the backfield come up a little bit, and that our backfield was maybe a little bit disconnected as well. And it was beautifully weighted. But then even from that, it was like, okay, let's problem solve here. Yeah. We need to watch where she's going. The backfield will need to be probably a little bit more connected, a little bit tighter. And I think from that point onwards, we didn't have any major problems in terms of fielding her kicks. But it's good to have that happen. It's really good to have something happen that you have to work out. Otherwise, it gets to bigger games, finals, semi-finals, knockouts, whatever it is, and you're trying to problem solve on the go. So, yeah, it's credit to a very good Ireland team. The pressure they put on us defensively as well. They kept pushing us back, and we kept getting banged. But I think it's a good tell of the depth that we've got as an England squad to get it right, work it out, and then come out in that second half and, just really put pressure on them in ways that we didn't in the first half as well.
No, I agree. But please talk us through your try.
What? Oh, I forgot that I scored.
Yeah, we could have been 2, but anyway, don't worry. What made you like attack it? Like, obviously the ball went down.
Yeah.
So go from the ball going on the floor. I've always said bounce passes.
We love a bounce pass.
I love a bounce pass. I have to say it. But yeah, talk us through it. Obviously, I wasn't on the pitch then. Would have been gassed if I obviously was. Obviously, we would have celebrated with you, but wasn't. Yeah. So talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a soft error. Like we dropped the ball. I think there was maybe a little bit of miss. Oh no, we didn't. The ball got kind of tapped back by one of their players, so the ball went to the floor. We say we like a bounce pass, and I don't know if it's the same for you, but the reason that I do is everything slows down.
Well, everyone like kind of stops.
Yeah, you're the one to bring the pace. So I was playing on the wing at that point. Maddie was inside me, and we just stayed calm and just said, just lift it. And at that point, I knew I couldn't get to the edge because they were going to drift out. And I just went on her shoulder, and right in front of me was a forward. And I thought, perfect. So put a little bit of footwork on her. And then I started going. I was thinking, do I step? And, make a few people look silly.
Sorry, do you want to shout them out or something because of an article? Or is that what you're trying to do?
No, maybe. No, I didn't. I sorry. So for people listening, there was an article on Rugby Pass that Stacey Flood said before the game.
Brilliant player. She's playing
fantastic player
for Ireland Sevens, and she's a really big, I think, leader for them.
100%.
And a really big character for Ireland rugby 100%. That I think pushes the boundaries. So this isn't.
Yeah,
no, it's fun. It's funny.
And it was basically as we were getting ready for the game that day, someone just came up to me and said, "Have you seen the article?" And I was like, "What article?" And then it was basically just saying, "Look, Ellie's World Player of the Year, but she's got great people around her, and it's not a one-person team." And I completely agree. There's not one bit of me that disagrees, because I say that, and I will keep on saying that and shouting that every time. I'm in front of the camera, and I want people to listen because that is the truth. But there was part of me that thought, that's for me to say. That's for me to say. And that's okay if that's what you believe. But are you saying that I'm a shit? That's what I was thinking. So when I then came through and I thought, I'm going to put some footwork on here, I did think, do I step? But then I kind of just think I've got to pin my ears back now, and it's almost like a tunnel that I've got to go through. And it just so happened that it worked.
She then did bang you on the edge, though.
She did bang me on the edge. She did bang me on the edge. I proper banged me on the edge.
So I think it went kind of like tip.
Yeah.
Kind of like
well, she's a great player, and I'm not going to take that away. I'm not annoyed by this statement and what was put in the article. It probably just fueled me a little bit to try have an edge when the chance is there, and when it's in front of me, just to have that edge to be like, I need to pin my ears back here. I need to score. And I got banged. It happens. 1-1.
Yeah. Lastly on Cork was, we need to give a big shout out to our fellow back three. Yeah. Abby Dow on her 50th cap. Woo!
Go Abby!
She
played great.
Yeah, she did. An amazing achievement. And yeah, I think she's really grown in the 50 caps, like as a person and as a rugby player. And I think,
super proud of her.
Yeah, proud of her. And I think she deserves it. I think, and yeah, she had a good game to count to. What's the word? What am I looking for? Anyway, she had a good game.
She had a great game.
But also, my good old friend Zoe Harrison.
Oh wow, another shout out.
I know. Personally, think she was brilliant.
Yeah, she was.
And it was also her birthday on Monday, so haps baps. And she got a try.
Yeah, classic dummy. Classic Zoe.
And she got 6 from 6 kicks to post, 100% off the tee. And I have to say, 3 or 4 of them was because I held the ball. So I will take credit for that.
And I'm going to do one last shout out from Cork. Well done to Jess for holding the ball. Woo!
Yay, go me.